is going to be an angel message reading, just reading what the cards have. I'm going to do a two card spread. So before each one that I pull, I will let you know what I'm like asking. But yes, it will be two cards, a two-card spread. It's just my normal tarot deck here, and also we will be getting some angel messages with the angel deck that I have, just because I do have, that as a bonus. So, if you are watching this reading right now, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's been great seeing, growing numbers and, people just supporting. So, I'd love to see, comments if you enjoyed it, and let's get into it. So, what is your strength right now? I want to find out what your strength is. For this two-card spread, angel messages, let's find out what your strength is to get into this reading. Okay, see what your strength is. I feel like that was a good shuffle. I like to let them pop out. Your strength is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is all about hard work. So I'm hearing that you're not afraid to, roll your sleeves up, put in some elbow grease to make the things that you want work. Your productivity, things of that nature, you have a tendency to get those things under control, to be efficient, to be productive, to be, very on a set schedule. Yeah, self-discipline is definitely coming into a play here, coming into play here. Looking at you, just very routine, like I'm hearing, you're able to set your watch. You're the type of person that, has a certain routine. You don't really get outside of those routines, which is, depending on how you use it, is a good thing. So it's just about being self-disciplined, and that self-discipline can lead you to somewhere where you're not feeling stuck because you know exactly what to do. So, like I said, you know when to roll up your sleeves and get down to the work, because you are someone who pride yourself in putting in, some work. So let's see what your weakness is. Let's take a look and see. Let's see what your weakness is. So your weakness came out as the Five of Cups, talking about regret. So there's maybe certain things here that you have lost, and maybe you're looking at that as some sort of failure or disappointment, where you are not happy on how certain things end off. So you maybe have some rumination where you are just feeling the regret heavily. But after you go through that, after you go through like the grieving stages, you can say, of losing something or being disappointed in yourself or whatever, it's about finding peace and moving on. So, not crying over spilled milk, getting back into your routines, like when something happens that throws you off, throws you for a loop, getting back in your routine and like trusting yourself is something that really will help you here. Not being afraid of changes. Number 5 is a number of changes. So overcoming those changes and, not, like I said, not being in the place of instability where you're not able to hold your own just because something else is changing around you. So being able to be on solid ground like the Knight of Pentacles always is. That energy of being solid, being self-assured is also, being solid. So let's take a look and see what happens. What's the fear here? Let's see what the fear here is. Let's look at what's the fear. So you have a fear, like a hesitation. I'm hearing, the energy of holding back, hesitation, not being sure. Maybe you have felt some indecision. So I'm definitely hearing the energy of, if you make a great risk, you get a great reward. So not being afraid to make those changes or be a little bit reckless in certain moments. Being, if you have a fear of taking a leap, it's now the time to quench that and squish that fire out and making sure that you're at a place where you're ready to take new leaps and new beginnings because you realize that there are unlimited possibilities for you here. So there's nothing to be afraid of. I'm hearing that quote. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. So if you're having that energy, it's definitely like trying to put that up and not be afraid to make silly choices, bad choices, to look weird, because at any moment you're just doing the best that you know at the time. So it's really nothing bad. It's just a point of energy that you are or are not being able to maintain. So making choices, not being afraid and hesitating on doing anything just because you fear making a mistake. I would rather make a choice rather than hold myself back from fear of making a mistake. So let's see here. What is the reality of this situation? Because with fear is like the opposite of the reality. Fear can be the thing that holds you back, but reality is there's no need to be scared to make a choice because there's a number of ways, unlimited ways that something can end up good for you, even if you perceive the choice to be bad at the time. So let's see, what's the reality? What's the reality? So the reality here is that there's nothing to fear. There's nothing that can come against you. There's nothing there's no amount of conflict or strife that can really knock you off of your square. There's nothing here that can actually harm you. Like I said, if you have the number 5 coming up again, showing you the number of changes, the number of a change that you can make, and also can be that number of freedom. So if you're stuck in conflict right now or competition, 5 of Wands is the card of like haters and people who cause disagreements around you, rivalries, things like that. You're in the reverse position. Your reality is that there is no competition. There's nothing that really compares to you, who you are. And, you know, there's a certain amount of peace that you get from just being yourself and not being, you know, afraid to express however you would like. Fail, try again, begin again, new beginning. So, not being hesitant about choices that you may have made in the past, or you know, different, or making a bad choice, bad decision. Like I said, there's no such thing. And at the end of the day, it's just a different way that someone else may not have taken, but there's no reason for any competition or anything of that nature. Like I said, there's no competition regarding you. No one's able to compare. And that's because all of us are one of one. Like, we are so unique, and it's based off experiences. So nothing is wrong, and no one can convince you of that. Now, I feel like you have gone through a period of, you know, being able to, you set the standards, and other people are not able to pressure you or limit you in any way. Getting into this energy of that being your reality, of not letting anybody hold you back from anything. So let's see, what will you experience if you choose your fears? What will you experience if you choose your fears? What will you experience if you choose your fears? So we have the Judgment card. So if you allow other people to limit you, you will definitely be, you know, pressured and judged into a phase of your life that you're not, like, it would be a period of self-doubt, or you ignoring your own call and lacking the awareness of self. But if you choose fear, like I say, you'll always be in that pressure of judgment. You'll always be under that fear of not doing what you're called to enter, like an inner calling, because you're afraid of outer judgment. So getting out of that, letting it go, having a lot of mercy on yourself, and wanting it, or not even just wanting it, but, you know, accepting it from other people, and realizing that only you really know what you came here to do. Only you really know your own path. So everything is like, it's a certain book where it talks about, you know, creating your own path. You're forging a path ahead, and you're not allowing other people to carve it out for you. So anything that you're doing right now is about that inner calling, that inner awakening, and, you know, that inner reckoning, where you're like in that period of only God can judge me, or like only you can really say, you know what I mean? So let's see, what happens if you choose your reality, which was like that energy of not being afraid, not fearing making decisions, not fearing that unlimited possibilities that you have. So what happens when you choose the reality? Let's see. Victory, victory, victory. So the Six of Wands card is like definitely a victorious card, a card of a lot of progress, card of, you know, self-confidence, of, you know, self-assuredness, you being ready and happy about whatever is coming on. The number 8, the number 8, 5, 6. These numbers could be important to you at this time. Also the number 2, which is the number of balancing out polarities, and, you know, that card of, you know, being right within self, so that no one else can, you know, throw you off. Like I said before, with a lot of public recognition, which I'm getting the sense that you may be doing something that is public, or, you know, just living your life, other people will try to find ways to agree or disagree, or will try to, like I mentioned with that Five of Wands card, that's the card of like conflict and rivalry. So someone can try to throw it up at you, but you are in the Six of Wands energy and not the five. You're not, you're like in that space of agreeing to disagree and, you know, not allowing anyone to hinder your progress, not even yourself. You're not taking any hesitation on anyone else's part and definitely not your own. So you're holding a lot of high standards right now for yourself. A lot of self-confidence comes with this. 6 is the number of movement. Again, we have balance coming up, so we have 2 with the balance. 2 about balance, and then 6 is also about, you know, balance, solutions, moving forward, progress, momentum, and harmony. So let's see what this current situation is. What is the now current situation now that we have all the info laid out? What else do we have in the current situation? What current situation are you walking into? So the current situation is taking action on the things that you desire, manifesting the things that you desire. You definitely have that energy of, you know, trusting yourself, using what you have to get ahead, using whatever you've learned to carve out a new space for you. Again, we're talking about self-confidence here, having confidence that you will manifest the things that you desire. The number 1 is the number of new beginnings and, you know, new starts, new endeavors, creative endeavors, you know, coming to pass for you, and just a lot of creativity. Clarity comes with that creativity as well. So when you're using your mind and your willpower to manifest the things that you desire, there's a lot of confidence and clarity comes from being able to make real the things that you've always seen in your mind. And it'll get to a point where you've manifested so much, you're like, okay, what do I want next, you know? And it's not a greedy, like someone would try to say that's like greedy or doing too much. It's just like when you have manifested so much, it's like getting to a place of just being, enjoying what you've manifested and also being ready to, you know, create more and, you know, realizing that creation doesn't stop until you are gone, until you are, you know, passed on. So every moment that you are here, you are manifesting something. Your words are manifestation, your actions are manifestation, so you can't get away from that. So let's see what would be the challenge here, or just like how can you use this? See what challenge, the challenge that you can overcome. What's the challenge for you? So your challenge here, we have the 1 and the 2. The challenge here is about your intuition. It's a challenge to maybe use your intuition, to trust your intuition. You may have felt like the things that you thought were going to be good in the past, maybe you feel like you made bad decisions, like I said in the earlier part of this live. You may have felt like your bad decisions have led to some heartbreak or just not being able to release pain because of the decisions that you made. But when you're able to recover from these sort of not trusting yourselves and not using that deep sacred knowledge within you, like trusting what you have within you, once you're able to get back to that place where you're recovering and forgiving yourself and moving on, you're able to, you know, then regain and keep up high morals. You have like 1, 2, 3. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw numbers in sequence like that, but that leads you to, you know, your abundance. And being able to feel self-sufficient again. Nine of Pentacles, it's about that self-sufficient. So moving from the Three of Swords in reverse to where you feel like you have a renewed sense of self-worth with the Nine of Pentacles, and you're not relying or living in the past anymore, because your future and your present, not even your future, but your present moment is just so damn good that, you know, you forever feel like that independence, that those feelings of forgiveness and, you know, letting go, that peace, that surrender, it's deep, you deepen in that. So 1, 2, 3 again with the Hangman. 1, 2, 3. The number 12 comes down to 3, which again talks about telling you about creativity, trusting yourself, balancing, and, you know, overcoming challenges. The number 7, 7 of Wands, is leaving behind competition, challenges, and feeling the need to defend yourself, into the energy of just having compassion, not only for yourself but for the people around you. Like I said, there will be people who don't know what to do with themselves, so typically they'll look around to other people and try to, you know, use them for projects, or, you know, just judging them so that they don't have to deal with themselves. But you're in the energy of, you know, movement, moving away from those energy, and also, like I said, action, creating something, and learning more so that you can control yourself. And that's what a lot of people are missing. They're missing like that energy of being controlled and balanced. So last card, let's see. Let's just do one more card. I'm going to shuffle again to see what is your current aim. What are you aiming for here? If you're still watching here, if you haven't already, make sure you like the video. I appreciate it. Let's see lastly what your aim is before we get to the Angels of Abundance. So, I'm still hearing that energy of, you know, releasing the inner critic, and, you know, only focusing on self-judgment. Only God can judge you. The energy of, you know, just looking ahead, looking for, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel. The Sun card here, you know, not fearing making a decision, making decisions that you feel like are best at the time. Like I said, balancing the number 2 coming up again. 2, 2. 2 and 7 heavy right now. Not fearing sudden changes, and being happy about personal transformations. Not fearing, not averting, not hesitating. So when it comes time for you to, you know, proverbially, you know, pull the trigger, it's just a matter of just a way of speaking. But when it comes time for you to make those decisions, it's not being fearful. So let's get some Angels of Abundance. So let's see. First card kind of jolted out. It's talking about deservingness, so letting you know what you deserve. But let's shuffle. Let's see what comes up. Some fell out. So a raise. You may be raising, not only getting a raise, but you are just raising your frequency, increasing your own abundance and things like that. That's coming to you in this moment. And there's a lot of, like we saw with the Seven of Pentacles, other cards letting me know, the Magician as well, letting me know that you've been creating. You're at the moment where you have been putting in a lot of work. So if you're seeing a raise or promotion, a raise in whatever you're doing, or a raise in abundance and frequency, is very well deserved. So it says, congratulations, an increase in your abundance flow awaits you. This is a result of your positive focus and willingness to take action. I mentioned that right before I started speaking. Um, Take action based on your divine guidance. That's talking about your intuition. That um, the High Priestess card came up, letting you know you're trusting your intuition and following your subconscious sacred knowledge. So keep up the good work. Let's get another one. So we have another card here that's telling you, we actually had two pop out, but let's do this one first. It says do the work. So it is definitely an action, all about action at this time. Sometimes, a lot of times, people at the end of the year, they start to slow down, but I'm getting the feeling that, you know, you are the one of the ones who wants to, you know, take advantage of this time and, you know, work in silence. It's a lot of people go into hibernation around this time, but whenever you hibernate in this season, it's about when you show up, like the leaving the fall equinox, which is, you're in the fall equinox right now, so you may be, you know, focusing a lot on how you can do more work and how you can improve. And by the summertime, or, you know, after the winter passes, once you pop out again, it's going to really show that you have this raise in everything around you and this increase. So it says do the work. It's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. So even just thinking of a garden, if you don't till it, if you don't seed it, if you don't water it, it will wither. So, you know, even in the months where it doesn't look like anything's happening above the soil, you still have to take care on the below. So you also have windfall of abundance. So an increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. So it's definitely something here that you're not only doing, like I said, about raising your or getting a raise, and, you know, financial abundance, things of that nature is definitely coming in. But not only that, it's like this work that you're doing feels like your life purpose, and it also allows you more time for family, health, anything charitable that you just want to do, like giving. You can see the center on here is like giving to nature, you know, giving back to different things that it doesn't cost you anything, and other people aren't giving you some sort of award for it, but it just feels good to do. Like I said, just taking care of a lush flower garden. No one's giving you an award for it, but if you nurture it, it will nurture you in a lot of ways. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I feel like that was a very good reading, a very good place to stop off as well. I appreciate you for being here, watching this reading. I'm definitely going to film every sign this week in a different method. So I will post the lives for each sign, letting you know, and I will do one for each. Not like last week, which was the elements, which are up now. You can go watch them. But this week I am doing the one sign for each. So the fall equinox is here. Definitely expect a lot of abundance to rain in on you, and it'll be abundance in different ways that are immeasurable to most people, but you will definitely feel a shift during this time, especially since you're doing a lot of the work and doing things and taking those risks, and knowing that the possibilities are limitless for you. They're open. There's a lot of potential. That Fool card came out, letting you know that if you do something, if you create some sort of action with that Magician card, the best is here for you. The Star card is here for you. You know, that hope, that light at the end of the tunnel, like I mentioned earlier. So thank you so much for watching. Again, I wanted to say that. I appreciate you being here. Remember to like the video, subscribe, and check out the channel for the rest of the week. when I post out your reading, and they will be all timestamps. So thank you so much. See you later.